Alright, what's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to be giving you guys a review for Naruto to Boruto Shinobi Striker. This game, in a nutshell, is basically an online team-based brawler game, and it's quite similar to Dragon Ball Xenoverse. If I had to give a quick comparison game, I would have to say it's kind of similar to Dragon Ball Xenoverse in that you create your own character, you make your own character from this Naruto universe. You can go around, you walking around in the hub world and everything, and you can either do missions online, or you can do missions offline, these VR missions, or you can just choose to tackle the Ninja World League and do some different matches online. There's four different match types. There's base battle, there's flag battle, and combat battle, and barrier battle. And something I will say about this game, I'll just be upfront with you guys. If you were looking forward to a Naruto game with a big story mode, a big single player experience, this game isn't the game to get. I'm sorry, it's not. I wanted to go into this review being able to recommend it to people that really are just looking forward to a single player experience, but I simply cannot. I simply can't do it. Why? Simply because the VR missions, they give you a lot of VR missions, but the VR missions, a lot of them are insanely difficult. A lot of them are really, really difficult to play alone. To do solo, it's really, really hard. And depending on your skill level, you might not have an issue with it. But from a lot of the reaction that I'm seeing online from a lot of people, and from my own experience, playing a lot of these VR missions alone can be a bit frustrating, especially if you don't have the right VR master to take with you into these missions. And the VR missions, like I said, they give you a lot, but a lot of it is kind of a repeat. A lot of it is just the same mission, but they might have tweaked the difficulty, they might have cranked up the difficulty, or there might be a slight variation. But for the most part, a lot of the missions are sort of the same, and that's quite disappointing because when I was starting to play the game for the first time, just beginning the game, playing the first few missions, I was having fun with it. I was really having fun with it. They got creative with the different scenarios that they would drop you into. In these missions, you'll be doing a variety of things. You like in one mission, you might have to protect an NPC. You might have to make sure that Choji doesn't die or Hinata doesn't die. In another mission, you might have to just defeat a boss, or you might have to collect some eggs or whatever. It's a lot of variation when it comes to the missions, but a lot of it is just repeats. They do the same mission over and over, but it's just a different difficulty. They might have, like I said, they might have cranked up the difficulty, or it might just be a different variation on that mission. So honestly, I can't recommend this game really for people that just want to play solo. The big draw of this game is basically the same draw that Dragon Ball Xenoverse had. You can create your own character. I can say that this game does character customization way better than Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Despite a lot of the criticism that I'm seeing from a lot of people online, this game does customization so good because, for one thing, in comparison to Dragon Ball Xenoverse, you can actually change up your fighting style, which was something that people really wanted in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1, and even in Xenoverse 2, we didn't get that. You can actually change up your fighting style in this game by equipping different weapons. You can equip the Samihara sword, you can equip Zabuza's sword, Asuma's knuckles. You can equip. You can use a frying pan. You can actually use a frying pan to attack. You can equip some boxing gloves. Like, there's so many different weapons in this game. I didn't even think that they were going to really allow you to really use these weapons, because a lot of times with these games, they might just like with a lot of times with these character customization games, they might allow you to equip a sword on your character, but you might not be able to use the sword. Like, it might just be simply cosmetic, but it's not the case in this game. You can actually use that sword. You can equip the sword, you can equip a club, you can equip whatever you want to equip, and that will change your attack screen. And I appreciate that. I actually appreciate the attention, not only the attention to detail. in this game. Not only the amount of fan service in this game, but just the amount of customization. Because also in comparison to Xenoverse, another thing that I think this game does better than Xenoverse is the fact that when it comes to customization, you can basically you can get like let's say you wanted Boruto's outfit, but you wanted Boruto's outfit like you wanted Boruto's jacket or even like Sasuke's clothes in like a different color. You can do that. You can get the costumes in a different color in this game. The only issue with that I have in this game is just the fact that why can't we just change the colors ourselves? You know, instead of getting these random bits of clothing from by appraising scrolls, and that's another thing that I'm going to touch on in this review. But that's something that you couldn't do in Dragon Ball Xenoverse. In Dragon Ball Xenoverse, you couldn't change the color. You couldn't have a different color of like let's say Goku's clothes or Krillin's clothes or Piccolo's clothes, whoever. You couldn't get different variations of the different clothes from the characters in the series, and that was something that I hated about Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Now I don't know if they changed that when it came to the patches in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, but as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you couldn't do that in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and that is something that I can't praise this game enough when it comes to the customization. This game has a lot of different outfits, a lot of different weapons, a lot of different stuff to really equip on your character to really allow you to just make a unique character in this game. But my only issues, like, there's only a few issues I kind of have with the customization. Like the fact that you actually have to purchase, like different hair for your character and stuff. Like, why do you have to purchase hair, different hairstyles and stuff? It's just like different stuff you have to purchase and stuff. When it comes to unlocking different cosmetic items, different weapons, different different hairstyles, different headbands, all that other type of stuff. You can unlock this stuff in a multiple of ways. You can unlock it either by just playing through missions and playing online, just playing the game normally. You'll unlock random items and stuff. You'll also be getting scrolls in this game, and the scrolls pretty much act like loot boxes in the game. They're basically loot boxes, but don't worry, there's no microtransactions in the game. You can't like buy these scrolls by using like real world money or anything like that. So I appreciate that. You go to 1010 and you can appraise the scrolls, and you'll get a random item. And I'm actually okay with the way that they have that system in the game, in comparison to how Dragon Ball Xenoverse was with the whole random number generator. The RNG in that game was ridiculous to the point where you might want a particular attack, a different skill or whatever, and you might have to grind the same mission over and over for a particular skill. And you're not going to be really doing that in this game, and I can appreciate that. Again, I can really appreciate the way that they kind of executed on the promise of customization for your character. Another thing that I can say positive about this game is just the fact that the art style in this game, it's different. It's more reminiscent of Broken Bond, Rise of the Ninja. The presentation in this game, it's not the greatest. It's definitely not on CyberConnect 2 quality. It's definitely not on the same level as Ninja Storm, so don't expect anything like that. There's no story mode in the game, obviously, but the cutscenes that we do get, they're really good cutscenes, and it kind of does make you kind of wish that there was a storyline in this game. But I didn't really, just me personally, I didn't really miss not having a story mode in the game, because we've gone through all the events of Naruto already. So, I mean, me personally, I'm okay with there not being a storyline, but if they decide to do a sequel to this and then just add a story to it, I won't complain either. But overall, those two things, the great customization, the art style, and just really, like I said, the presentation and also the gameplay itself. The game, when this game works, there's no glitches, there's nothing funny happening, in the background. The netcode is smooth, the connection is fine. When everything works, when the stars are aligned and everything works, the objective-based gameplay is actually fun. It's really, really fun. Even with random people sometimes, it can still be fun, but I definitely recommend that you go and you grab yourself a squad to really play this game with, because I can't, man, I can't tell you how many times playing with random people in this game really frustrated me to the point where I'm just yelling at the top of my lungs. Like, playing with random people, I don't really recommend it, but at the same time, it can be kind of fun if you are really good at the game and you can carry your team and stuff like that. But I do recommend playing this with friends. If you have friends that are into Naruto and can play this game with you, you'll have a lot of fun playing this game, especially since you'll be able to like coordinate and stuff. Because so far, the only thing I can really say bad about the online, so there's actually a lot. There's actually a lot I can say bad about the online. I guess I can kind of get into that now. So first of all, the matchmaking in this game, it needs a lot of work. It definitely needs work. There were multiple times where like I was on a team. It was like a 3v2 match, a 3 versus 2 match, or a 4 on 2 match, or a 3 on 2 match, or whatever. Like, the teams were unequal a lot of times. There was also a lot of times where the game would disconnect on me. We would be in the middle of a match, and then all of a sudden the game would just suddenly freeze. The game would suddenly freeze, and then it would disconnect. And that happened to me multiple times. It happened to me at least 7 times. And that's very frustrating. That's very frustrating. And even one time when I was in the Ninja World League, which is basically the rank mode, the ranked match mode in this game, my rank basically went down because I got disconnected, and that was kind of annoying. And that can happen to you if you get disconnected for some reason, and you're playing Ninja World League. Then your rank might actually go down, and that can be kind of frustrating. As I said before, the VR missions, you can tackle them solo. I don't recommend it. You can play online also with those VR missions, and that's kind of what I recommend. Especially if you're not into the whole online matches thing, because as I mentioned before, they have like, there's base battle, there's just different modes: base battle, flag battle, barrier battle, all those different modes. But the way that they have it set up in this game is just so stupid. I mean, I get what they're trying to do. So the way that they have it set up in this game is, depending on how they have it set up for the week or whatever, or for the next 2 weeks or whatever, they're basically choosing what game modes that you can play. So for like right now, as I'm recording this video, you can only do flag battle. If you go to quick match or you go to Ninja World League, you can only do flag battle. And after a certain amount of time, that can get annoying. It really can get annoying, and it really can get well not annoying. Annoying is kind of the wrong word to use. It can get kind of tiring, and you can kind of get tired of playing flag battle over and over. I wish that they wouldn't restrict players from choosing a different mode. Like, we should be able to choose whatever game type we want to play. If we want to play combat battle, let us play combat battle. If we want to play base battle, let us play base battle. I don't know why they are still restricting these game modes like that. Well, I know why. Let me correct myself. I know why. It's because they want to make sure everybody's playing the different modes. And I get it, because they spent a lot of time developing these modes and trying to balance out these modes. I'm pretty sure the developers spent a lot of time doing that. But there's a better way to go about incentivizing people to play the different modes. You don't do it like this. The way that they're doing it like this, I don't like. The way they're doing it like this, it's very restrictive. And again, it can just get tiring after a while. Like, you can play flag battle so many times, to the point where, okay, I want to play something else. I want to play combat battle. I want to play barrier battle. But oh no, you can't do that. You can't do it right now, because the developers aren't letting you do it. And that freaking sucks. That freaking sucks, because I see the potential in this game. I like, so far I have 47 hours into this game. 47 freaking hours. I know there's probably people that even have 100 hours into this game. And this game is fairly new. Like it just came out. It basically just came out. Like, this game can have so much potential. It has so much potential in it, and it can have a lot of longevity, a lot of replayability to it. But the way that they're restricting the online like this, it's not good for the game. It's not good for the game at all. Let us play whatever modes we want to play. They did this crap during the beta, and I thought to myself, okay, they're doing it just because the beta. I'm pretty sure in the full game, we're going to be able to choose whatever mode that we want to choose. If we want to choose base battle or barrier battle or whatever. But no, in the full release, this is what they're doing, and I think it's really stupid. I think it's really, really stupid. Another issue, another small little, I guess this is kind of a small little complaint. I guess I guess it's a small little complaint, but the hub world, as I mentioned before, you can walk through a hub world similar to Dragon Ball Xenoverse. But the problem with the hub world is kind of the same issue that we had in like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1, where like you just move very, very slowly. Now in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, they did introduce flying. If I remember correctly, they introduced flying. So that's something that Dragon Ball Xenoverse has over this game. They need to either increase the walking speed in the hub world, or allow you to just like do ninja jumps and do something to make navigation a lot faster in the hub world. I also recommend that they, and this is something that was it's very disappointing to actually see, that you can't create multiple characters. You can't create multiple custom characters. I don't know why they're limiting people like this. Like there's a lot of weird game design choices that the developers went with this game. Like for instance, there's like these exclamation marks that are on a lot of clothing and a lot of weapons and stuff, and you can't get these exclamation marks that are supposed to be telling you that, okay, this is a new piece of clothing, or this is a new weapon. Like you can't get those exclamation marks off that certain item unless you actually select the item, and then you can either, go back to what you wanted to wear. But either way, you have to select the item. It's minor stuff like that. It's minor stuff in this game that just, it's easy fixable stuff, but it's minor stuff like that really is kind of taking the experience down. And again, this game has so much potential in it, and I hate to repeat myself, but it's so disappointing because there's a lot of issues, even with the online, even when it comes to the gameplay, the core gameplay itself. There's still hit detection issues. There's still issues from the beta that still exist in this game. And I know that the developers are aware of these issues because they even put out a patch, and the patch said that they fixed the camera. That is a gosh darn lie. That is a lie. That is a freaking lie. That camera is horrible. If you get stuck in a corner, if you are in the corner and you're locked onto somebody, and you're in the corner, that camera is going to just spaz out. There's so many times where the camera spazzes out or you can't see yourself. That camera is horrible. The hit detection still needs work. And there's so many glitches in this game that can occur. Like this game is it's a sloppy mess of a game. I can't, I want to be, gosh, like, I want to give the game the benefit of the doubt. I want to be kind of nice to the game. Like, I don't really want to harp on this game because I enjoy it so much. As much as I'm kind of being down about this game, I enjoy it so much, but it has its problems. It has so many problems, and I just want to see it do well, especially since there are a lot of people that were already rooting for this game to fail. But overall, I can't give it the high score that I really wish I could give it. I can't even give it a 7. Like, I can't even say that, oh, it's a good game. I can't give it a 7. I simply can't. I just can't do it. I gotta give it a 6 out of 10. And I apologize if it seemed like I was kind of ranting throughout this review. And I started to kind of script this review out, but I didn't feel like it. I really didn't feel like it, because I felt like a lot of the issues that this game has were in the beta when it came to just the core gameplay itself. And then there were just there was a lot of things that they did in this game that they're just bad design choices. The maps, I will say this before I close out, is that the maps in this game are very fun. They're very fun to play through. The Cloud Village and the Hidden Rain Village, I wish they gave us access to those maps during the beta, because those maps are really, really fun to play on. Very fun to play on. The maps are good. The art style, the presentation is good. The customization, the amount of things that you can just add on to your character and mix and match. The objective-based gameplay is fun when it works. Like, those are the only positive things I can really say about this game, because everything else, there's glitches, the camera's screwed up, there's bad hit detection, the matchmaking needs work. They need to fix the disconnections and stuff. The VR missions can kind of get repetitive after a while. The VR missions can be a bit unbalanced. Like, there's so much bad about this game, but there's a lot of good stuff to really appreciate. And man, I can't give it a high score. I really can't. I really can't. So this game is gonna get a 6 out of 10 for me. I apologize if this is more of a rant than a review, but I had to really just give you guys my honest opinion about this game, unfiltered. I did not want to do a script for this game, for this review. I couldn't script it out because I felt like I had to just speak free form. You know, man. Oh man. Let me know what you guys think about this game. If you're enjoying Naruto Shinobi Strikers, I think there's gonna be a lot of you guys who are probably gonna say, yeah, this game freaking sucks, and that's okay if you feel that way about it. Again, it's a 6 out of 10 for me. I honestly can't give it a 7. I wish I could. If they had fixed a few things, then maybe, but nah. But let me know what you guys think about Shinobi Strikers. I'm out of here. Peace.